Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. In this video, I'll be talking all about my impressions that I have so far about Brazil. I finally made it. You know, the United States is my home, my first home, and will always be my home, but I already feel so great here. I feel like I'm at home. I feel so welcome, and I feel so fortunate and blessed to be here. So in this video, I'll be just talking about my impressions, some things that I've noticed about being here in Brazil so far. But before we begin, make sure you give this video a like to break the YouTube algorithm, and be sure to subscribe so that you'll never miss a video. All right, let's get started. So my very first impression, one of the things that I'm experiencing right now is that Brazil is figuratively my second home. I feel really comfortable here. Like I've said, so far I've encountered nothing but nice people. The people have been absolutely nice, absolutely welcoming. If I'm ever in the store, for example, and I'm like today I was in the store and I had a question about oh, which product cleans the top of my stove. Like the people went out their way to help me help me to find the best product for to clean the stove. It just, people have been really nice and really kind here. Also, I so far can find everything that I need in Brazil. I don't have to look a whole lot of places to find what I need, and that helps me to feel at home. For example, today I saw that I could watch the playoffs on on TV here in Brazil, which I was like, wow, that's really nice, and it just makes me feel more at home. Another thing that I want to add that contributes to me feeling really comfortable here, me feeling at home, is that technology. When I studied abroad in India in 2012, the technology, I was able to still, talk with my parents back home, but there weren't a whole lot of platforms like there is today. Today, I feel like I can stay connected to my family, to my boyfriend, to what's happening back in the United States a lot easier than I could back in 2012. So that definitely contributes to the feeling of feeling at home, even though I'm overseas. My second impression of Brazil is that it is really hot and it's really humid here. I am from Baltimore, Maryland, and in Baltimore during the summer times, it gets really humid, just like it gets here in this part of the world that I am in. And so I'm really used to it. In fact, I like the heat, I like the humidity. But one thing that I'm doing differently is running the dehumidifiers, because one concern that I have is that I don't want mold or anything on my clothes or any of my possessions. So I make sure to run the dehumidifier at least once a day so that it's not as humid in the rooms in my apartment. So the third impression that I have is the amount of diversity that is amongst the people of Brazil. I knew that Brazil was a very diverse country in terms of its people before I came here, but it is really nice to see. So in Brazil, people are descendants of Africa, Asia, Europe, and of course the Americas. And people here, they also think that I'm Brazilian until I open my mouth. And that leads me to my next impression of Brazil is Portuguese. Portuguese obviously is the official language of Brazil, and it is very widespoken here. In fact, when I go to a country sometimes and there's another official language, sometimes I get greeted by English. A lot of people talk to me in English. Here in Brazil, I've only had one brief conversation in English. The majority of times people are talking to me in Portuguese. And so I think that is really cool. And then my last impression are the meat and the fruits here are really good. My first week here, I cooked this nice steak. I cooked this nice beef, and the beef was so good. The meat was so tender, it was so juicy, and the fruits are so delicious here. They are so fresh, and I absolutely love the meats and the fruits here in Brazil. All right, so those are some of my first impressions that I have of this beautiful country. I cannot wait to get to know Brazil even more in the future. Be sure to comment in the comment section below if you enjoyed the content of today's video. Let me know. It helps me a ton to hear your feedback. Give me a like if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. And just know that let's let our dreams take off together. All right, you guys, until next time, bye-bye.